Acadiana, and welcome to another edition of Morning Coffee with Big Al
and Special T.
We're happy to be coming to you from Cypress Street Radio, AOC Community Media's streaming broadcast.
Look for us every day of the week. Our 8 a.m. show will start your morning off right. That's right in a good way.
Not right as in radical right. We bring you good ideas, good pastime, and who knows what else.
With a progressive flair. You know, I think we need to do with progressive flair or something like that. Like kids, you know, in school, when we practice 2, 3. With a progressive flair. And our 7 p.m. stream is a great backdrop for some decaf and peace of mind. So, whatever you're drinking, whether it's water, Kool-Aid,
could even be coffee.
Coffee, because this is morning coffee, and morning is a great time to have coffee, but I can't find my coffee cup. Anyway, and alcohol. Don't drink that in the morning. So
I had some coffee this morning.
Yeah, I had it too, and I would like some more. But either way, sit back and enjoy our show.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
So what's the latest and the greatest today?
The latest and the greatest is that Monday is President's Day.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Not offhand. It wasn't.
Did you know that you won't get any mail on Monday?
Well, I can imagine that.
You won't get any mail, and you won't be able to bank.
Okay.
Maybe.
This is a federal holiday. Yeah, I seem to remember something about that. Yeah.
So we're going to just merge those two guys together and make one holiday. You think there's some other holidays we could merge together and just make one out of 2? Or maybe we could split one into 3?
Yeah, no, that sounds, I like the idea of splitting them and making more holidays.
I do too. We should write to our congressman and ask them to find a holiday that we could have for 3 days instead of 1.
Well, that's, I guess that would be probably a federal thing.
You know what they did? They took away one of our president's birthdays so we could celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday.
No, I don't. That didn't ring a bell, but it's. Do you know which one? Which president?
They combined Abraham Lincoln and Washington to President's Day, and then they gave us Martin Luther King's birthday.
Okay. Well, I guess I didn't really know that.
So they didn't want to give us an extra day. I think they should. I think they should separate Washington and Abraham Lincoln again, and find other people's birthdays to celebrate.
Well, I don't know. I guess there's a lot of places that are going to
4-day weekends.
4-day weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, 4-day weeks.
And the productivity seems to be good. I mean, there's a lot of shenanigans going on right now with the prices and all this about supply chain stuff. I mean, I'm really not sure about the chips. I mean, I'm trying to think of who it was. It was might have been Intel that was talking about making a really huge chip manufacturing facility over, I don't remember if it was somewhere
closer
in the east part, huh?
Closer?
Well, in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So that way,
closer.
That way we wouldn't be dependent on Taiwan or China or whatever to get our chips, which, that's just, the whole thing, that's a result to me of all the exportation of jobs that happened over the past 40 or 50 years. So, and when you export critical parts, like, I mean, chips, for instance. I mean, then you put everybody, all the people who are still manufacturing here, not everyone, but, you know, a lot of them kind of behind the 8 ball, because now somebody else can control the supply of essential parts they need to build their product. But
it's not natural.
well,
you know, it's like industrial farming, you know, where they put all the cows into one or 2 or 3 places where they all eat together and they all get sick, and so everybody gets sick because all the cows have gotten the same disease because they aren't spread out.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things about farming that are bad. I mean,
like steroids.
Well, there's that and antibiotics and all these other things that they do, and it, you know, I guess it seems like a good idea at the time, but
yeah, it makes them grow faster.
Yeah, if you think about it, you know,
it's called green.
Think it through, you know, then it's not such a good idea. But
right.
But that's like so many things we've done here that you know, somebody can make a buck on it or make more bucks or whatever, and they say, yeah, well, let's do it. And then even maybe they're thinking about that, maybe they're not, but it's like turns out kind of bad. Kind of like The Graduate, in the movie The Graduate, about plastic. It's the new future, you know?
Yes, yes.
And, you know, plastic, I mean, there's nothing necessarily wrong with plastic per se, but when you make something that's so cheap and so disposable, and, you know,
and don't give you any incentive to do anything else with it except toss it.
Right, exactly. Then that's a problem. I mean, I can remember, and you probably can too, when, you know, Coke bottles or Dr. Pepper or whatever was in glass bottles.
Yes, and we get money back for them.
Exactly.
We pay money and we get money back. Now, that's the same thing as for plastic bags, I think, in California. Actually, you pay money for those plastic bags, but if you bring your own bag, you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, there's a store here in town that basically does that.
Mm-hmm.
But
which one? Is it Nature's Grocers?
No, it's I don't know about. No, they don't even have bags there. I mean,
they don't have bags. That's right. You have to carry your own stuff out. You can put it.
Oh,
in
they
a
have
box.
they have boxes. But,
you put it in a box, or you can get up at special times of the year. They have these really cute bags with cute little bears on them in lots of colors, and you can get that. And they make good laundry bags too.
Huh. Well, I usually, the only place there's only one store that I usually need a bag at, and most of the other ones I just pick up, you know, 3, 4, 5 items, something I can carry without having a bag. But it's, I don't know, there's some things that have been definitely mismanaged throughout the, past few decades.
Mm-hmm. You know, there's the 21st is Monday.
Okay, I'll go along with that.
Yes, and this past week there were lots of different things going on, and some of these things continue. Like Trees Acadiana only does a tree planting, a big one, once a year. And for this year, it was on Friday. Friday it's Friday the 19th. It's a Saturday. Good.
Oh, yeah?
You're your show. Oh, so we better go around and go plant a tree.
Yeah, this might
Yeah.
might come out that day.
Right. As soon as we're done, go plant a tree.
Yeah.
We'll be there. We'll sign autographs.
Yeah.
Bring your flyer, and we'll sign them for you. And say, we hope you heard about us first on AOC's morning coffee. Because a great thing to do with your time after you drink your coffee is to bring your gloves and your shovel out to Hyman Park, which is on Orange Street. Orange Street connects and Surrey.
What's that now? Say it again.
It connects Pinhook and Surrey.
Okay.
Because if you turn south off of Pinhook onto Orange and head like you're going toward the airport, you will come around and it curves a little bit and you'll come out right on the side of like Beaver Park. If you keep going, you'll hit Beaver Park, then Vermilion, and then the airport on the other side of the street. Surrey. Surrey. For all you foreigners who haven't been there before.
Yeah.
Who arrived in the airport and didn't know where the heck they were or where they were going and probably got lost on the way because our roads are not straight.
Now, what was that park that the running event that we had a few months back?
That was at Acadiana Park, or Acadiana Park. And they have a ranger station there. And they have lots of trails, and they have a new infrastructure where you can get over the big gully from the ranger park all the way to the other side of the park. Used to be a big old ditch there, so you can get over it very easy.
Okay.
But now you can. It's really nice.
I'm trying to think of. I was getting confused with the park that's right across from UL.
That's Girard Park.
Girard Park. Okay. Yeah, that's the one I'm most familiar with.
That's the one with all the nutria.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They had a bunch. I mean, they never cleared them out. You know, they don't treat them nicely in New Orleans. I heard that they have nutria roundups or something.
A nutria roundup. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right.
I'm just thinking about the ducks.
But the ducks are cool. They have Muskogee ducks and mallard ducks. Sometimes they have wood ducks. But they own the place pretty much.
Yeah, and people go there and misfeed them, and they still survive apparently.
Well, that's good. I was going on Apollo Road and turning off by the Scott Welcome Center.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little road there called Rue Patin, and it's a straight shot from Apollo Road in front of the little park. It's like an atrium with trees, not very much, and if you don't turn there, you end up on the traffic circle in Scott. Probably the closest, probably the traffic circle closest to an interstate. Because they were arguing that it was too close. Some of the highway people too close to the interstate, but they found out that's wrong. It works just fine.
Yeah, I haven't noticed any problems with it. Probably.
So if you go straight on that little road, Rue Patin, you end up at Candyland Cottage and Ice Cream Shop.
I'm trying to think of, I can picture that circle, but I can't. I mean, you got that one little road that runs off, kind of curves a little bit, runs off south down to 90. And then you got that one that runs over into Scott. It curves to the left a little bit and then goes straight for a while and then turns right. And then goes into Scott.
That's both those roads that run off of there are 93.
Really?
Yeah, I think one is like.
Well, no, I'm not doubting you. I mean, I never had.
It's weird, but that's true. But the little 93 that is so disjointed, it goes, like you said, and it curves around. It goes to 90, and it drags over, and then 93 starts at Westgate, and then curves back around and goes down Rue de Villiers. Apollo is going to end up connecting to Rue de Villiers with another traffic circle. And the one really great thing about that road, I mean, I wasn't going to be so excited about it, but I am now, because they are actually shifting the road to the east, which means that it will not be on the very edge of that 20-foot drop into a water hole that goes along the west side of Rue de Villiers. And where the kids, kids can't even walk on that road, or they might get pushed over into the water. And the bus drivers were scared to death that they had a flood or something, that they might go off into that big ditch with all the water in it and just
that is a huge ditch.
You know,
I mean,
it's awful. But they're moving it over, so that road will be. They might. I don't know if they're going to grind it up or what, or make it into a big shoulder, but. The traffic circle is to the east, and so that road's going to have to probably veer from the east to where it goes in front of the high school.
Okay, so...
And where the high school is, there's no water right at the high school.
Yeah, you know, I haven't... I'm just trying to think of... Yeah, I mean, it's a huge ditch right there by.
Absolutely, and it's long. It's actually a waterway.
Oh, really?
There's water at the bottom of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to think of what happens as you go south. You know,
as you go south and you get closer to where the school is, it veers off to the west. But then it comes back around somewhere else.
Really?
Yeah. It goes
I never had it. You know, I've always. I mean, it's a huge ditch to be right next to a road with no
shoulder,
right? No shoulder, no guardrail. I mean, and you're saying they're going to put a traffic circle to the east of where Rue de Villiers runs into what is it, Dulles? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yes, I didn't know that for sure. I noticed it on the elevation that they did where they showed the map as a poster, and it looked like they had gone to the east, but I wasn't sure that they were going to do that, but they have, and it really makes me happy.
Well, that could be.
You know, I've complained since Kathleen Blanco was the governor to the governor's office every chance I got. Hey, it's snowing at your house.
Yeah.
How'd you manage that?
You didn't notice that from last time?
No.
My magic background.
Wow. I guess you could make summer too.
Yeah, I could probably.
To be a surfer or something like that.
Yeah, I could definitely do
change
something
the seasons,
different.
just like that. But I see your coffee back there.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And it looks like you got some sort of really good treat back there too. It looks like maybe ice cream sandwich.
Well, I don't know. I guess I haven't zoomed in enough on that little picture to tell actually what it is. But I figure it's better than my clutter behind me.
I like it better.
Yeah.
I wonder what people are supposed to eat on President's Day. I mean,
that I have no idea.
Something special. I mean, on the 4th of July, you eat apple pie, right?
Well, I guess that would be. I guess 4th of July. I mean, that kind of that makes me think of barbecues and stuff like that.
An apple pie.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie is for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I guess that would
be. Fruit cake is for Christmas.
What's that? What kind of cake?
Fruit cake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not really into pumpkin pie, and I'm not really into fruit cake. So.
I like both of those.
Really?
Yes. I've made a pumpkin pie that has like a graham cracker crust, and then you put a layer in it of like whipped cream cheese with whipped cream cheese and whipped cream together, so it's real soft and cool. And then you pour the pumpkin in the middle, and you stick it in the refrigerator. That's like a pumpkin ice cream pie almost. It's really good. Very delicious.
Have to let me have a piece of that the next time you make
Thanksgiving,
one. Yeah.
I'm going to make a kumquat pie soon.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, you take kumquats and you puree them and mix them with like the whipped cream and Cool Whip, a little Cool Whip. And you put that in a pie. It's like a kumquat ice cream pie. It's good.
You know, I don't even know that I've ever eaten a kumquat. I've seen them, but I don't.
Some are good, and some are very sweet and good to eat just raw. But some are more aromatic, and you have to infuse them with something.
Really?
They're a little bit more sour, and so the smell, the aromatics of it make it really a special condiment.
I had no idea about that. I mean, I just remember.
The round ones are sweet, and the elongated ones have the funny taste and smell.
Well, it seems like I had a childhood friend that had a kumquat tree or bush or whatever the proper term is in his yard, but I don't know. I don't ever recall eating one, which is kind of. I guess I didn't like the way they looked that much.
Oh, they look cool. They look like little orange bombs. They're about that big.
Yeah. Well, I guess these still had a kind of like a sheath over them or something like that. Whatever the. I guess. I mean, is there a fruit inside of there? Is that what you're saying?
No. It's the fruit. The skin is the fruit, and the fruit is the fruit, and they stay together. I mean, I don't think that you can. If you peel it, it's gonna lose a lot.
Well,
the skin is thick. The skin is kind of thick, and it doesn't peel off like an orange at all.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, I have a picture in my mind of what they look like, but maybe it was something else and I was misinformed.
Yeah, they have loquats and kumquats. The loquats are a little bit, at a certain point in time in their ripeness, they are hairy like a peach. And then they'll turn orange and maybe even get some brown color on them. And then when they're at that point, they're too sweet for me. I like them to be tart. And they have big seeds in them. They have, like, they look almost like glass, and they're about that big, the seeds. And they might have 2 or 3 that they make a round cluster. So if there's 2 or 3 in there, some of them are rounded on one side and then molded to shape like maybe twins, or triplets, where they're squishy.
That kind of rings a bell. I mean, as far as that. Those
are loquats, and they're more like a difference between a pear and a peach and an apple, like all in one. As far as the texture, they're a little bit soft, mostly tart, but they don't have. They're not citrus. They're not citrus, and the skin pulls off fairly easy. But they don't have a peach pit. They have those weird seeds. And if you throw those seeds out, they'll grow.
Okay, well, I guess that's probably.
I mean, they grow easy.
Yeah.
And if you don't cut them, they'll grow big.
Yeah.
I take time to grow them. It's about time for us to take a break, though.
You think so?
I think we started about, yes.
Okay.
About a half an hour. Maybe 2 more minutes.
Well, I'm cool with that. I mean,
I could share a really great trick for a recipe.
Well, that sounds good.
I found a recipe that I think makes the best cobbler ever.
Oh, yeah?
It calls for a cup of flour and a cup and a fourth of sugar. But the 1/4 of sugar you use and you put it over your fruit. Okay? And then you mix the 1 cup of flour and some, like a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of soda. And you mix all that together really good, and then you put in it some, oh shoot, what do you put in for liquid? You put in 2 eggs, and a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and a teaspoon of lemon zest. And you mix that all together, and then you mix that with the flour, and it's kind of gummy. It's not like regular batter. And you put big dollop tablespoons over, like you have to have a pretty big, like an oblong dish to put the fruit in to begin with. And you just make these balls on top of it. You just put it on there, and you cook it like that.
Sounds interesting.
And it's like putting dumplings on your fruit. Best cobbler ever.
I guess we better.
Fine, now go cook a cobbler.
Okay, and we'll see y'all shortly.
Curious about membership at AOC? Our facility membership gives you access to AOC's facilities like our TV studios and podcast booth to produce content. If you'd like to check out our portable equipment to create on the go, our equipment membership might be for you. Our All Access membership gives you access to both, and all membership types have access to our editing lab full of Mac computers loaded with top-notch editing software, as well as free admission to many of our workshops. AOC memberships are affordable, starting at only $35 per year. Discounts are available for students, veterans, and seniors, and it's easy to join online. Just visit aocinc.org/join. AOC Community Media. This is where free speech lives. The mic is always on for you. Become an AOC member today.
Blast off! So how was your cobbler? Did y'all make it in this little short break we had? Probably not. It has to cook too. It cooks, the instructions said to cook it about 35 to 45 minutes, but I found that mine was done at 25.
Do you know what?
It says you're supposed to take it out when the fruit is bubbly and the crust is brown.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit, not real brown.
So.
And make sure you put it in a big enough baking dish that you have some room for that
Expansion.
Dough balls to expand some.
Yeah, that seems like a kind of an interesting concoction there.
Oh my God, it's so good. I made my first one in a dish that was too small.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it made a mess in the oven?
Well, luckily I put something underneath the rack, but oh my gosh, I mean, the dough, because it was confined, rose up about like that high, because it had no place to go except up. You know, it couldn't expand, and so it was up and over. Oh my gosh, and that was a berry cobbler, and the berries were pretty full in there too, so it was a pretty big mess.
Yeah.
But live and learn.
Yeah, well...
so the next one was much more uniform.
Well,
all it took was a bigger dish.
Yeah, well, like you say, you have to... Sometimes, unless you have an exact recipe with the exact amounts and the exact size pan you're supposed to use and stuff like that, sometimes you just have to kind of wing it.
Yeah, well, you take my warning. Take it to heart.
What temperature?
The temperature is about 375.
375, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's delicious. Always before I hate to say how old I am, but I can say without a doubt that I've gone 50 years making
really
passable cobbler. I mean, it's good, but it's not that good. This is like
any kind of cobbler or a particular?
Any fruit cobbler you can make with this particular dough. Yeah, any kind. Berries are really good. That's the one that they do it with blueberries. I
like blueberries.
Yeah, and it was a lovely cobbler. I like. I wish they had blackberries without seeds, but they would make a good cobbler too if you can handle the seeds. We made it with peach. I think the next peach one I'm going to make, because the peaches in the store I got were not as tasty as some. You know how some peaches are just like they're really juicy and sweet, and every bite is just like delicious. Some peaches are dry and they don't have as much taste. Not because they're not ripe, just because that's just the way they are. Maybe they were taken off the vine too early or something.
Well, I'm not, peaches are okay, but I'm not a real big peach fan.
Yeah, well, I love good peaches. But anyway, I'm thinking that just in case the peaches that I get are not good for the next cobbler I make with peaches, I'm gonna supplement it with a can of peaches that are in heavy syrup. Drain them and put them with the other peaches. I think that would be good. And I like my peaches with the skin on them. Some people
really.
Yeah. I don't like that. Somebody was telling me that their brother said that when the peaches have the skin on them, they're like little hairy heads. Gross thought.
Well, I like the fruit, okay, but I mean, do they make is a strawberry cobbler? Is that a thing?
Hasn't been, but I think it could be. I think I'm going to try making cherry cobbler. I've seen cherries at the store lately, and what I would do, just because I don't know how it's going to end up, I'm going to buy a can of cherry pie filling. And with real live cherries. I might throw some cranberries in there too to add to the tart.
Cherries I like, definitely.
Yeah. But I think it might be really good to throw in some cranberries, fresh cranberries. That's kind of making my mouth water. Just talking about it.
Well, cherry and cranberry, that sounds like an interesting combination.
Yeah, because cherries are pretty sweet and cranberries are a little tart. I think it would be a good combination.
Yeah, that does. I mean, I like that idea.
Yeah.
You could use your
I've got really
basic cobbler.
been getting really experimental lately.
Yeah.
My daughter gave me a bread maker, and and she gave it to me, my oldest daughter, for Christmas, and I only got it out of the box 2 or 3 days ago, and now it's sitting on my counter waiting for me to read the instructions.
Waiting for you to
read the instructions.
Oh, I'll read the instructions. Okay, well that sounds good.
Yeah, it's supposed to make making bread much easier. And, I made those 30 some odd loaves of bread during the worst of COVID. And it was wonderful.
I don't know that I'm trying to think if I've ever had any of your bread.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I gave it away pretty fast. I mean,
yeah.
people liked it. And so I would give it away so it would stay good,
Yeah. It's nice to have a nice hot piece of bread with some
I've been using this recipe from a Black Family the Black Family Reunion Cookbook, which is kind of cool. It talks a lot about there's a little somebody will write about their grandmother on the side, something that she did when she was cooking or whatever. But the recipes are kind of cool. I think that some of them are made in a way to save money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the bread that I like to make is made with molasses and flour and cornmeal. Okay, yeah.
No, I was just thinking that reminds me of a joke about the 3 bowls. Probably not suitable for wide dissemination.
Doesn't sound like it. Anything is, So anyway, that's a really good bread. It turns out it's a brown bread. It's kind of thick, but it has a really good flavor, and it would be really good. I found I really liked it with toasted with butter under the broiler, or with cheese, like cheese, like Parmesan cheese melted on top of it. So good.
That sounds good. Well, I wonder what will happen with the redistricting that's going on here in our great state of Louisiana.
I don't know. Has it made the news like Texas did?
Well, I guess I missed that on Texas.
Texas was really bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They eliminated a whole district, and they took away the vote for the folks that were of color.
Yeah.
In all but one.
Surprise.
I mean, I don't know. It's really weird how you can take a section of land and where the majority of the people are one thing, and you end up having the majority of voters on the other. A different mix. It's just.
Well, it's they've been doing that a pretty good while. I mean, it's.
It ought to be outlawed, and I think that there's some rules that do outlaw it.
Well, I mean, they're supposed to be.
The fair voting.
I would think so. I mean, I don't really. I'm not. I'm not an expert on it, but. But it's just like everything else. I mean, if you don't have anything, if you don't have a platform that people are interested in or would want to vote for because they know it's not going to benefit them, then you got to figure a way to skew the voting to where, you get what you want out of it, but the people who live there don't, which is unfortunately that's
politics, isn't it?
Well, I guess it is. I mean, it's
shouldn't be.
Well, I was listening to probably one of my favorite representatives talk about said, if we still have any kind of a democracy in 10 years. And that's, that was a quote from her, and she was discussing some kind of political stuff with someone. I mean, I've forgotten most of the details, but it's like, when you look at what's been going on, it's not something to brush off lightly, I don't think, because it's there's too many interests with too much money to be able to warp the outcomes of things.
Yeah, I saw a really interesting. I guess it would be like a little expose. It wasn't real long. It was a mother and her daughter, grown daughter, talking about voting and some of the changes that had been enacted with regard to the ability to vote, and where certain voters had gotten a notice that, they'd been taken off the rolls, and in order to go back on, they needed to come up with their birth certificate or proof, that they are who they are. And it was really difficult for them to overcome what they had done, because she didn't have her birth certificate, and she was trying to get one. Yeah. And it was just monumental, and then with the mail taking so long, that they didn't get, and she'd been voting for years and years and years, that she took her voting seriously, but that because of this thing that was imposed on the people, she didn't get to vote. And, it's kind of wild because I thought I lost my birth certificate, and I couldn't find it, so I ordered a new one. Mm-hmm. And the odd thing is it's not a picture, it's not a replica of my original birth certificate, and it doesn't even have the correct city on it.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I was born in Coral Gables, Florida, in Coral Gables Hospital.
Yeah.
And now it just says that I was born in Dade County.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing that Coral Gables is in Dade County.
Well, it is, but that's not where I was born. Dade County is a big place.
Yeah.
It's like Lafayette. Oh, well, you can't be born in Doosan, or you can't be born in Lafayette. You're going to be born in Lafayette Parish. That just irritated me.
Well,
I'm glad I found my original.
Yeah.
Where it says I was born in Coral Gables Hospital.
Yeah. It's I guess I don't know how they used to do that. Back in the day when I was born,
Well, I'm gonna warn you. In the day that you were born, it seemed like everything was gonna last forever. But if you haven't done it already, let me share that shortly after you pass away, if you don't have somebody get your records, your medical records or whatever, they're just gonna throw them out.
You think so?
Yes, they purge our medical records.
Bet I didn't know.
Yes. Because I was looking for some stuff from my husband, and it's gone. It's gone.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's not like it's a whole lot of storage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I think it is. And I tried to find some stuff on my stuff from when I was little, and I can't. I think I found the doctor who I apparently, from the thing with the hospital, sounds like he was my doctor as a child too.
Really?
Yeah, they used to call him the butcher. I understood they called him the butcher. I remember he smoked cigars a lot.
Yeah.
Because his office part always smelled like cigars, and he had his cigar. And
yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
But they said that whenever he got inside to remove something, he removed everything.
Well, it's
like if you went in to have your tonsils taken out, watch out. There were probably other things going on along with it.
Well, I recall my childhood doctor in Houston was a smoker. But, you know, I mean, they used to see doctors, you know, I don't know if they were in just ads or if it was also television commercials too. You know, I can't, but it's, you know, things have changed considerably.
Oh, yeah. Well, they discovered that they are actually addicting and that they can kill you. And I give grief to everybody I see, especially young people, when I see them smoking. I really do. I mean, I get in their face. You know,
well,
it's like, why are you doing this? You know, so bad for you. And
yeah,
it's going to do things to you when you get older that you're going to regret. And it costs you a whole lot of money to do it in the first place, which you could surely, you know, enjoy more doing something else.
Right. Well, it's, you know, it's a big marketing thing, and the chemistry of the, you know, I mean, nicotine's addictive enough, but then when the things they did to make it
so
even
popular.
more addictive. Oh yeah. I mean, it's,
with the Marlboro Man and the Happy Camel.
Yeah. It's the, you know, marketing and, you know, it's like, I guess what I want something that's going to be good and it's going to last and it's a good value, you know, but it's like, well, it's like it's hard to, you know, you don't see, or at least the majority of the marketing seems to be trying to trick you into buying it or something. And, I mean, it's like on the internet now, I mean, getting bombarded by pop-ups and all this other garbage, and on the phone.
No,
you
or
know,
sometimes it's an accident that you even get in there looking at it, you know. But
yeah.
Some of the things are like too good to be true. I mean, because they look like they're just so like really good products, but then you pay for them and then they never come.
Oh, really? Well, I've had a pretty good, I'm trying to think if I've had any, I mean, I've had a couple of issues. I mean, I have a very good record on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
But I had one time, and it was something that my son bought, and it was really, you know, we had to get a hold of the guy and say, you know, what's going on here. And and he said, I must have put the wrong address, but I remailed it, and I think you'll be getting it, you know, in a week. And it showed up. So, you know, it's like I can live with that.
Mistakes do happen.
Yeah, but I had one thing that I bought one time, and it was supposed to be, you know, like new.
But hardly.
Well, it's like somebody had repaired it, and it was such a, you know, it's like if you had a picture of it, you know, in the ad, and it said, you know, this broke, and so I repaired it, and so it still works fine, but, you know, blah, blah, blah. But when you say it's like new, and then you send somebody, and I'm thinking, I can't believe you sent me this, and you expect me to say, oh, yeah, that's okay, I'll take it. But it's I don't know, I guess people have different ideas about things like that.
Yeah. I I hear that some people at the university call Dr. Google. Call Google Dr. Google. Let me ask Dr. Google. I think that's funny. But YouTube is a go-to for me to try to learn how to fix things.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good,
right?
A lot of good information.
So my cats knocked my iron off the ironing board 3 times, and so the plate, it would heat up, but it was like hanging down.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what can I use to fix this? Because I like this iron, but it's hard to use with doing that.
I guess it would be.
So anyway, I found where this girl was fixing, somebody showed her how to fix those iron things that you use on your hair.
Yeah.
And she used JB Weld, the high heat JB Weld.
Yeah, JB Weld.
So
Right.
I got some of that and glued my iron back together. So,
yeah, JB Weld is really amazing. I mean, it's more or less an epoxy, but it's
we're not promoting a certain brand or anything.
No.
It's a glue.
Yeah. But
it works.
Yeah.
We're not telling you where to get it either.
What's that now?
We're not telling you where to get it either.
Yeah. Well, it's I don't think we're really promoting something and telling people
about how to fix stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was good to be able to see that, and I still have the rubber bands around it, but I think I can take the rubber bands off of it now.
I think I take them off before I used it.
Yeah, I haven't used it with the rubber bands on it. It's just holding it together so it would have a good bond.
Yeah, well, that's good.
So that's on the agenda. Iron some clothes. I'm also going to eat some crawfish tonight. I'm going to go.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds
delicious.
I mean, are you talking about having to peel them or in the étouffée or something like that, or what?
I'm going to get boiled crawfish and peel them. I may have to call, there's this guy that makes these crawfish boilers. I swear he must be the expert crawfish person because he showed me how to eat crawfish.
Yeah.
And it was so easy, so much easier than I'd been doing for years. I just hope I can remember how to do it. I think there's a little twist that you do somewhere along the line that makes it much easier.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
like when you do it, you don't just pull it. I think you twist it or something, and you do pinch it. And anyway, and then you pull it apart, and all the bad stuff comes out, and you just left the good stuff.
Yeah.
So
I like it. I prefer it in an étouffée.
I think we only have 1 second.
I'm going to guess it's 1 minute. But,
okay. Yeah, look at there. Perfect.
Yeah, but that sounds pretty good on the crawfish, although, like I say, I much prefer it already, prepared in an étouffée or
I make it into a pie, a sauce pecan crawfish pie with phyllo dough.
With what?
Phyllo dough.
Oh.
Philo. You buy it frozen. It's very, 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 very thin, like baklava. The little tiny things, and you put that in the bottom of your pan, and you put your sauce pecan and your crawfish in there.
Yeah.
And you put, wait, you have to put some eggs in it too. And then, voila, you have pie. So you have to cook it.
That sounds like, that sounds like a good way to eat it.
This has been a good cooking show,
Well, we're going to have to go celebrate. I mean, we need...
Let's go eat. Bye.
We can do that. But come see us on...
Facebook.
Morning Coffee on Cypress Street Radio, and y'all have a good time in the meantime.